Lekki Deep Sea Port project was awarded to Lekki Port's Lekki Free Trade Zone Enterprise Limited by Nigerian Port Authority on a build, own, operate and transfer agreement. Under this agreement, it is required to develop, finance, build, operate the port for a period of 45 years and transfer it to the Nigerian Ports Authority thereafter. The project is the single largest private investment in infrastructure in Nigeria, being developed on non-recourse project finance basis, with majority of financing being raised internationally. The $1.65 billion project was awarded to the China Harbour Engineering Limited by the Lekki Deep Sea Port Management during the kickoff ceremony. The amount of money issued will cater for the first phase of the project. However, according to Aresh Aswani, the managing director of LPLE, confirmed the total Lekki Port project construction cost adds up to $792 million. The Lekki Deep Sea Port project is scheduled for completion with full operation in 2023. The port will be ranked as one of the deepest seaports in Africa, particularly in the sub-Saharan African region, given that it has a deepened length of 16.5 meters. The port will also be capable of handling about 10,000 post-Panamax container vessels with a 20-feet equivalent unit capacity. Nonetheless, the port is expected to have an annual output capacity of about 1.5 million 20-feet equivalent units, which in due time, the number is expected to go up by 1.2 million 20-feet equivalent units. When fully finished, the port will also accommodate annually 16.7 million empty liquid cargo as well as 4 million empty dry bulk cargo. Confirmed by the Lekki Deep Sea Port MD Mr. Aswani, the port's main objective is to provide long-lasting congestion solution as well as creating convenient massive spur investments in line with the Lagos Free Trade Zone terms and conditions that will lead to positive response concerning the overall economy in the country. The project will, however, provide a benefit package of 170,000 direct job opportunities to the Nigerians, injecting about $361 billion to the country's economy within a concession phase. In October 2015, the multi-billion Lekki Seaport project received a boost of $118 million from the federal government. This was revealed by the managing director of Nigerian Ports Authority, Malam Habib Abdullahi. The amount will add into the support of the project by the African Development Bank, European Investment Bank, Standard Bank, Standard Chartered Bank, Diamond Chartered Bank, and African Finance Corporation in terms of funding. Tolaram Group is the major sponsor for the project and has promised full completion. Lekki Seaport Project MD Mr. Aresh Aswani has said the completion timeline expected is 40 months. He said private investors would build their industries knowing of the port development. The Lekki Seaport project is a joint venture between the Lagos State government and a Singaporean investor, Tolaram Group, aiming at easing the present congestion in Nigerian premier port Apapa Quay, Lagos. Roads to facilitate cargo evacuation will also be built, and developers have gotten approval for new road construction, according to Aswani. He said they had done road study together with the Lagos State government and that the core investor was working with the government on a master plan. The Lekki Deep Sea Port project will also provide job opportunities. Nigeria has also planned construction of other seaport projects: Badagry Deep Sea Port, Olokonla Port in Ogun State, Ogidigben Port in Delta State, and the Ibom Deep Sea Port in Akwa Ibom State. And completion of Lekki will be inspirational to the project, according to the NPA MD. The total amount of the federal government's stake in this project is $118 million. What we had as at last year was $5.04 million, and we have already paid that. We have already started making payments on this because there was an allegation that the government has not started making payments. That is totally wrong. We have already paid our own dues as at last year. For the year 2015, we have made enough provision to pay up the remaining amount that is due to us. It is still with the government, but we have already made an agreement with them and we will pay it up by the end of the year, MD Abdullahi added. The Lekki Port Development Project falls under the Greenfield Port Development Program, in which other projects have been proposed for Warri, Delta State, Ibeno, Akwa Ibom State, Age, Bayelsa State, and Badagry. Nigeria's deepest seaport in sub-Saharan Africa, Lekki Seaport, was once slated to be completed in 2019. The former Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode pledged to complete the $1.7 billion project. Speaking at the formal unveiling of the Office of Overseas Affairs and Investment, which will also be known as Lagos Global, the former governor Ambode revealed the state's mission to involve prospective investors in critical sectors such as transportation, health, power, agriculture, tourism, housing, ICT, and manufacturing. He also gave an assurance that the state will hire for more investments in line with the state's development plan. The former governor added that the Badagry Creek Industrial Park, a $1.3 billion investment which has been completed, and the $12 billion Dangote Refinery and Petrochemical Park were among other investments coming to the state. Renowned economist Professor Pat Utomi, while lauding the initiative, said Lagos' economy must therefore be a 24-hour one and that the growth of the state required significant cooperation from neighboring states. Utomi said Lagos offers hope for rapid growth of the country as it has the capacity to serve as the yardstick to measure and encourage development, but that there has to be a concerted effort to make the state a more attractive idea of a developmental state, and that there must be a well-done plan to round up everything that Lagos represents in terms of possibilities through a branding process. The former governor also ordered the State Public Works Corporation (LSPWC) to immediately embark on extensive repairs of the ever-busy Lagos-Badagry Expressway. However, according to Ayotunde Shudende, the once general manager and special advisor to the governor on public works, LSPWC had already mobilized its workers to immediately commence work on several sections of the highway. Work on the highway will involve giving a new look to the drainage systems as all potholes will be covered. Construction work on the Lekki Deep Sea Port in Nigeria has kicked off in earnest after the project stalled for years. This is according to the management of Lekki Port LFTZ Enterprise. Upon completion, Lekki Deep Sea Port will be one of the most modern ports, supporting the burgeoning trade across Nigeria and the entire West African region, providing the connection to the global shipping network. Acting Director General of the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission (ICRC), Chidi Izuwa, said during the inspection of the project, the federal government and the 36 states are expected to earn about $361 billion as revenue when operation begins at the Seaport in Lagos. The port's construction is being carried out by two major companies, China Harbour Engineering Company Limited (CHEC), the engineering and construction arm of China Construction and Communication Company (CCCC), and Louis Berger Group USA. We are working tirelessly in conjunction with China Harbour Engineering Company to deliver a port which will be a state-of-the-art model deep sea port, not only in Nigeria but in sub-Saharan Africa, said Izuwa. Apart from the Lekki Deep Sea Port, Nigeria is also planning the construction of another port in the southern part of the country, Ibeju Deep Sea Port. Ibeju Deep Sea Port will be situated in Akwa Ibom State within a licensed free trade zone. Promoters of the project have already started looking for investors to help in its construction. When fully developed, the container terminals will be able to accommodate up to 13 new Panamax-class container vessels and 2 very large feeder vessels. However, a report released mid-last year appeared to cast doubt on the viability of port projects in West Africa, with Lekki Port being one of them. The report from a consultancy firm Drury observed that most seaport projects across the West Africa region are now in uncertain waters amid a change in the location and nature of transshipment hubs serving the market. Promoter of Lekki Deep Sea Port, Lekki Port LFTZ Enterprise, has signed a memorandum of understanding with CMA CGM Group, a French container shipping giant, to operate the future container terminal of the seaport. Recently, Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari flagged off the construction of the $1.5 billion Lekki Deep Sea Port, the first deep sea port in the country. On completion, the port will have 1 dry bulk berth, 3 liquid berths, 2 container berths, 1,200-meter-long quay, and 13 quay cranes, which will have a capacity of 2.5 million 20-feet equivalent units and 16-meter depth. When completed, Lekki Port is expected to ease the unbearable congestion at the Port of Lagos. Nonetheless, the project is fully in line with the CMA CGM Group's development in the region. Additionally, Lekki Port's container terminal will also allow the group to develop its presence into West Africa's first consumer market, as well as serving as a transshipment hub, especially to the neighboring countries such as Togo and Benin. Known as the second largest shipping company in Africa, CMA-CGM Group has assured the Nigerian government of its full commitment to develop the port infrastructure. The group has a network of 75 agencies and nearly 1,400 expats, particularly in sub-Saharan Africa. $629 million financing agreement was signed by China Development Bank with the government of Nigeria for the development of the Lekki Deep Sea Port project, Nigeria's first deep sea port. Lagos State Governor Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who witnessed the signing, said that the deal involves a 45-year concessionary agreement between China Harbour Engineering Company, which owns majority shares in the project, and Lekki Port's Lekki Free Trade Zone Enterprise Limited. They will work together to complete the Phase 1 of the Deep Sea Port project. The Deep Sea Port will feature 2 container berths of 680-meter long and 16.5-meter water depth, and will also have the capacity to be berthed by 5th-generation container ships, which has a capacity of 18,000 TEU ship. Click on the video showing on your screen to check out the construction of the Lekki International Airport.